What is going on, guys? Papa C back with another video for you guys, and today I am bringing you another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. This time we're going up against GaleWings. His link will be in the description. I am bringing a new team. If you guys enjoy the content and support the channel, leave a like, because the likes do go a long way. This team, I'll explain it a little bit. I only have a minute to choose my leads. But basically, I'm using a lot of older Pokemon. I figured, why not? Every other team I've used, I've had 5 or 6 even of the new Pokemon. Why not use some older Pokemon? Got Mamoswine, Gyarados, Crobat, Magnezone, some nice 4th gen classics, I guess you could say. So, I'm also using Comfey, I think that's how you call it, and Como-O. I have 2 Dragon Dance users with Gyarados and Como-O. Comfey I've always wanted to use because it has priority healing moves, which is pretty neat. My opponent has a Celesteela and a GUZZLORD and a Tapu Lele. Oh my god, I am terrified. He has a Marowak, which I actually think I match up pretty well against a Marowak. So I think he might lead. I don't really know what he might lead. His team doesn't really like Mamoswine, bar the Arachnid, really just Arachnid and Celesteela. But if he leads Celesteela, I just hard switch into my Magnezone and I have Magnet Pull. It's actually pretty funny how this team, I built it with Celesteela and Marowak in mind, and he brought both Celesteela and Marowak. So, technically we have a good matchup, but we might still lose. So, I don't know, we'll see, and he has that nice and powerful Team Skull outfit on. Okay. Led with Arms. What is Arms? Arachnid? Oh, Celesteela! That's interesting. So, I reckon we could just trade rocks here, or I could just hard switch into... I think my best play is just to hard switch to Magnezone. And just catch him off guard, because this thing is a pain. This thing is a huge pain. I have Thunderbolt. I have Choice Specs Thunderbolt, I should say. I'm just hard switching first turn. I really don't want this thing to mess me up too bad. I don't... Actually, wait, this thing doesn't get Stealth Rocks. I'm wrong. This thing doesn't get Stealth Rocks. I always forget that. I always forget that this thing is similar to Skarmory, but it doesn't have hazards. So, this is actually a good position to be in, excuse me, because I can just hit Thunderbolt a couple of times. Take a look at my opponent's team here. He does have the Marowak, which would probably come in after I kill this thing. So, once Marowak comes in, I'm going to like hard switch to Gyarados or something, because Gyarados is Intimidated as well. So, I'm going to hit that Thunderbolt. That should be a 2-hit KO, I would think. He goes for Leech Seed. Oh, I don't even outspeed this thing. That is kind of sad. Yeah, that's the one downside about Magnezone. It's just so freaking slow. Like, I love it as a trapper for things like Celesteela, but it is just way too slow. So there's a Leech Seed. Doesn't really matter much. He will get one more hit off, which will... I don't know what other moves he would have. Maybe he would just go for Flash Cannon again. I'm just going to hit that Thunderbolt again, get this KO, get that Celesteela... Oh, Air Slash. Get that Celesteela out of the way. And then just probably go to my Gyarados, because he's going to go into his he's going to go into his Marowak, excuse me. He really has no reason not to go to his Marowak. So down goes the Celesteela. I hate Celesteela. Not as much as I hate Togepi. Togepi is probably my most hated 7th gen Pokemon, but Celesteela is close. So I'm glad to see that thing fall. It's pretty early in the battle. But yeah, I really feel like Marowak has to come in here. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm Specs or Scarfed, since, you know, I didn't take Life Orb damage, and I'm not taking Leftovers health back. Into Torture, which is going to be the Marowak, yep. Now, how clutch would it be if I just randomly had, like, Hidden Power Ground, and I wasn't Specs, but that's not what we have, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go back out into my Gyarados, I think. Yeah, he has no Electric type, anything. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to my Gyarados. I might be able to get a Dragon Dance up here, which would be pretty freaking crazy. Yeah, I'll go to my Gyarados here, get that Intimidate off. Okay, here's the thing. Marowak gets Stealth Rocks, but I don't think Alolan Marowak gets Stealth Rock yet, because it's either a Move Tutor move or an Egg move. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe I'm wrong and it does get it. I guess we'll see here if he goes for it. So we will get the Intimidate off, which is pretty nice. I think I just click Dragon Dance here and just go on the aggressive. He goes for Will-O-Wisp. Okay, so that was a good play. But I still think I should just go for Dragon Dance and get some damage off. Because what would he switch into here? That's the question. What would he switch into? He has Arachnid, maybe? I think Arachnid would come in here. So should I just go for an attack here? Let's see. I'm just going to go for Crunch. If he stays in, it's still super effective. If he switches out to Arachnid, Arachnid will take nothing from a Waterfall, so I might as well go for Crunch. I'm not Mega, by the way. I am Life Orb. Don't know if I said that. But yeah, I really don't see him staying in. There's really not much he can do to me, which is pretty good. I do also have on my Comfey, I do have Aromatherapy, so that is definitely an option in the back. I think I definitely want to switch out after this next turn after I get this crunch off. If he goes to his Arachnid here, I'm thinking maybe Crobat, maybe Comfey. Probably not Mamoswine. I don't think that'll be a good switch in, but he's definitely thinking here. And I do think we definitely have a good team matchup, which is pretty lucky. But I really don't know how much a crunch would do. Judging by the fact that he had Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to assume that he's, you know, HP invested and not a speed invested one. I know people run speed invested ones. I ran into the past. So I'm going to assume he's max HP, maybe max Def, which would make sense. If he is, I don't know. He should be able to take a burned. He should be able to live a burned Life Orb Adamant Crunch with more than half health, I should say. Goes out to Navi. Tapu Lele? Okay, that's interesting. Huh. Now, I'm not a Mega Gyarados. If I was, this would actually be kind of nice. Let's see how much this Crunch does. Let's see. That does not a lot. I think I have to let my Gyarados go down here. Or go to Comfey. You know what? I'm going to go to Comfey here. Because, what can you do to me? I don't want to go to Magnezone, because Magnezone will die. See, Psychic would do so much damage. But also, I could just let him kill me, go into my Crobat, and Celesteela is down, so he has nothing that really wants to take a Cross Poison. So, and I do have Como, which also has Dragon Dance and could sweep later. See, the thing is, I don't know how much damage a Comfey will take in the Psychic terrain. I gotta risk it, though. You know, I'm gonna risk it, because I am pretty sure that Aromatherapy gets the priority from the Tri-Age ability. I know Synthesis does and Leech Seed does because they're healing moves. Goes for a Moonblast. Okay, so that's actually better than going for Psychic. I guess he was fearing the Mega. That does way too much damage. That's not even in the terrain too. Like, that's not terrain boosted. Most likely Specs boosted. And there is the Scumbag Water Heater in the back. I do apologize, and nothing I can do about that. It goes off like every hour or so, sometimes every 10 minutes. It's pretty frustrating. We gotta deal with it for now. So I'll go for Aromatherapy here. And I was wrong, we do not get the Tri-Age boost from Aromatherapy. So, Comfey just dies, which is unfortunate. We do know that you are Specs or Scarfed. I'm going to say Specs, because you did way too much damage to me. So, I'm going to go to my Crobat here. Moonblast is resisted, so even if you're Scarfed, I should be able to take it pretty easily. I am Choice Banded as well. So, taking a look at the rest of your team, I don't know if I'm better off going for Brave Bird or Cross Poison here, to be honest. I think I'm better off going for Brave Bird, to be honest. I think that he's just going to go out into his, whatchamacallit. I could Pursuit here, which would be pretty funny. Or just U-turn. You know what? I think he's going to go out to his Marowak. I think he's going to go to Marowak, and I'm going to U-turn into Gyarados, maybe. Should I do that? U-turn's neutral. I am Choice Banded. It should do a lot of damage. Or just hit a Brave Bird. I'm just going to hit a Brave Bird. Screw it. Let's just hit Brave Bird. Let's go aggressive. So he switches out. I could have clicked Pursuit, but I don't think it was worth it. Into Torture. Rocks aren't up. So now, is Brave Bird enough to 2-hit KO? Is Brave Bird enough to 2-hit KO? I'm thinking you're specially defensive. That is enough to 2-hit KO. Okay. So that's great. You have leftovers. Not really a big deal because you'll still die. So we take those. We take those. Alright, let's go for Brave Bird again. And Marowak should go down here. I don't really think he wants to save it. I don't really see any reason to really save this thing. Kind of did its job burning my Gyarados, and that's at a point where it really can't do much else for his team. It's not going to outspeed anything, really, so it's not really a big deal. Now, if this thing goes down and Tapu Lele comes in, I think that pretty much guarantees that it's Scarfed, or he's just bluffing the Scarf, because going to Tapu Lele here would be so risky. But if he goes to Tapu Lele here, bluffing the Scarf, and it's Specs, that's really bad. The terrains goes away, so that's actually a really good opportunity for him to go back into his Tapu Lele, which is pretty terrifying. Oh man, I don't know if he's gonna just go into it and be Scarfed or bluff the Scarf. I mean, judging by the amount of damage the Moonblast did to a Comfey, that thing had to have been Specs. That did way too much damage. It wasn't even a crit. Like, that was insane. Oh man, what's gonna come out here? He does also have the GUZZLORD. GUZZLORD is pretty bulky, so maybe GUZZLORD will come out here into Dylan. Is that GUZZLORD? That is Garchomp. Okay. I don't think I want to stay in. I think I'm just gonna go right out into my Gyarados and get that Intimidate off. He might want to set up his rocks here, which would be fine. I think he's just going to set up his rocks here, yeah. So I'm going to go out into my Gyarados, maybe scare him out with an Ice Fang, because even though I'm burned, it should do a lot of damage. And just go for a Dragon Dance, honestly, because then if he goes into his Tapu Lele the turn after that, I will outspeed and get a hit off and then just sack my Gyarados off. I think that's really the play to make. I know I just explained like 3 consecutive turns, but this is the play that I think I have to make. So he goes for Outrage, actually, which is a safe play because my Fairy type's dead. We take that. However, we don't outspeed. I did not expect the Outrage, to be honest. I expected an Earthquake. Or, not an Earthquake. A Stealth Rock. That's fine. So he's staying. Is he going for the Z move? No, he's going for Outrage. The game paused for a second, like you're going for a Z move. Then I realized he can't be going for a Z move. He's going for Outrage. So down goes Gyarados, unfortunately. We did get the Intimidate off, though, which is kind of nice. And we don't see any Life Orb on you. I think I just go to my Mamoswine, then. Yeah, I'll go to Mamoswine here. Now, here's the thing. Do I go for Icicle Sphere here? I mean, I feel like I need Mamoswine. I'm gonna go for it. Or do I go for... No, he can't switch out. Because he's locked into Outrage. Oh, should I just Ice Shard? I don't think an Ice Shard will kill. I'm gonna Icicle Sphere. I can take an Outrage, I'm pretty sure. There's the Outrage. I really think I can take it. Oh, Mamoswine. Oh my god, you ate that up. There's the confusion. So, I'm pretty sure if I hit just 2 times, I'll be enough to KO. Yeah, okay, good. Ice Shard would not have KO'd, I don't think. Actually, it would have been really close, so good thing I went for that. So down goes that. I think Arachnid would come in here now. So down goes the Garchomp. Arachnid's not that much of an... see, the thing is, I want to keep my Mamoswine. So what do I switch into an Arachnid? This is tough. This is tough. I definitely want to keep this around for that GUZZLORD. Arachnid's going to come in here. I guess... I don't want to go into my Garchomp, or my Crobat and just have it die. So there's the Arachnid. Okay, so... I'm going to go to Magnezone here. Magnezone won't outspeed, though. I think Magnezone will just die, to be honest. But if I go to Magnezone and then Crobat, I can just hit Brave Bird a few times and then let it die. And then Mamoswine should be able to clean up. So I think that's the play to make. I think that's the play to make. Switch out to Magnezone and, like, let it die, basically. He's going to go for a Liquidation, I would assume, here. I don't know how well I could take that. And I know I shouldn't outspeed. There's the Liquidation. I'm at 129 HP. Liquidation brings me down to 0. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Are you Life Orb? I have no idea. This is kind of bad. Alright, I'm gonna go for the Brave Bird then. Oh man, I'm gonna take so much recoil damage, so that's the thing. If he goes to GUZZLORD here, GUZZLORD has a lot of HP. So I don't think I'll even survive the recoil damage here, which is not ideal. But come on, Crobat. You can do it. Crobat, one of my most faithful Pokemon. I've used you in so many different battles. You've came in clutch in the past so many times for me. One of my most reliable Pokemon. Crobat, I know you can do it. Probably my favorite Brave Bird of this generation, to be honest, because Talonflame kind of isn't as good as it was in the past. So I would say that Crobat kind of took the crowd for my favorite Brave Birder now. But does he want to let his Phobia die? I feel like going to GUZZLORD here would not be a bad play. Which, if he does, I'm going to kind of wish that I hit U-turn, because that would have been a better play on my part. But I don't know if it's even worth going for U-turn. Like, if I'm staring down this thing and I can kill it and it can put me in such a good position, why not just go for the Brave Bird, I guess? It's all hindsight, I guess, because if he goes to GUZZLORD, I'm going to regret it, but if he stays in and I go for U-turn, I would regret that too. So, we just have to hope the cards align, or the stars align, however that saying goes. Come on, Phobia, do not switch out, stay in and just die. You don't want to switch out. GUZZLORD, you want to stay in the back, you want to relax. Okay, good. So you stayed in. Now, how much will this do? This has to KO. Unless you're sashed, but I don't think it'll be sashed. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I was going to live it. The way the HP bar was going down, I thought it was going to stop. And I was like, no. Okay, so that did a nice chunk of damage. Or that killed, I should say. That did a nice chunk of damage to us with the recoil. So what does he have? GUZZLORD, Tapu Lele? I'm guessing this is the GUZZLORD. Okay. So, let's think here now. He is gonna go for the dragon type attack. I think I gotta go to Kommo-o and, like, just let Kommo-o die. I think my win condition is letting Kommo-o die, going to Mamoswine, hitting Icicle Crash, and then Crobat wins. It might actually result in a tie if I die to recoil, which is insane. Oh man. Kommo-o, can you just take a hit, actually? Can you just take a hit? Goes for Dark Pulse. Why'd you go for Dark Pulse? What other Pokemon do I have? Why Dark Pulse? Huh. So, you do have Tapu Lele in the back. Honestly, I'm gonna click Dragon Dance, I think. But then again, I really can't touch Tapu Lele much. No, I can actually. Earthquake. Okay, so Dark Pulse did that little amount of damage. I think I could live a Dragon Pulse. He's gonna withdraw. Okay. Into Navi, the Tapu Lele. So the Dragon Dance will come out. I am Life Orb. Will an Earthquake KO? The Psychic Terrain is out. That means no priority, so we don't have to worry about that, I guess. Even though it really wasn't an issue. Oh, man. I was so close to clicking a Dragon type attack, thinking he would just let it die. And then Tapu Lele could come in and just click Psychic 3 times. But I gotta go for the Earthquake. This thing's at like 75%. Oh, man. +1 Life Orb, Earthquake, Tapu Lele. Yes! Okay. Kommo-o might come in clutch. I sent it in to let it die, but it might actually win us the battle. Kommo-o, my first time. I think it's my first time using you in a battle. Oh, man. So into GUZZLORD, aka Big Boy, and I think Dragon Claw will do it. Dragon Claw? Actually, you know, you're really bulky. But then again, Dragon Claw plus Mamoswine attack should kill. So let's just hit that Dragon Claw. Hit that +1 Life Orb Dragon Claw. See how much that does. That is gonna KO. Alright, so GG to GaleWings. His link, of course, will be in the description. If you guys want to battle me, I should mention at the start. There'll probably be like a text card at the start of this video. But if you guys want to battle me, follow me on Twitter. That's where I find my battles. Usually once a week or so, around the weekend, I look for battles. I tweet it out. If you reply, I'll battle you, and then I'll upload the video as long as it's not like a 40-minute stall fest. Yeah, disclaimer. If you want to battle any YouTuber, do not bring a stall team. That's not cool. Nobody wants to upload a 50-minute video. Nobody wants to watch a 50-minute battle. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And bye-bye.